Guten Morgen, meine liebe Schüler. Wie geht's euch? Heute wir lernen Lektion 1 über bestimmte Artikel.
Hello everyone and welcome to our video series on Learn German for Beginners. In this lesson, we'll be learning the various articles in the German language. Lektion 19. Artikel im Nominativ, Teil 1. Let's go through our learning objectives for this lesson. First of all, we will understand what is Nominativ, wer und was. It's also important to understand what is a substantive. After which, we'll be discussing the various types of articles. And in this chapter, we'll be doing basically the definite articles. So let's begin. Nominativ. Well, the most important thing in a sentence to understand is Nominativ. Let's look at two examples. Sabine ist ledig. Das Haus ist groß. Let's look at the subject in both these sentences. Sabine and das Haus. Here, the subject is the nominative case. As we have already discussed in the previous chapter, the subject conjugates the verb, in this case, ist. So to understand this better, a sentence, Satz, is made up of Subjekt plus Verb. My subject is always nominative and the verb depends on this subject. The subject can either be a nomen or a pronomen, which can either be singular or plural. In lesson 11, we already did pronouns. Now let's move on to the noun. Nomen, also known as substantive, can either be a Person or a Sache, and these can also be either singular or plural. Another thing to remember is that in German, all nouns have an article und Artikel steht vor dem Substantiv. Do also remember that all nouns begin with a capital letter, irrespective of the fact whether it's a common noun or a proper noun. Let's look at two examples for Person und Sache. Wer ist das? Das ist Peter. In the case of a person, your question is formulated with wer. You can see the answer, it's with Peter. Let's look at the other one. Sache. Was ist das? Das ist ein Bus. Whenever you're talking about a thing, your question will be with was. Basically, the questions where and was help you in identifying the nominative. So, as discussed, every noun in German has an article. Der Artikel oder die Artikel. In German, there are three kinds of article. The Definiter oder bestimmte Artikel, the Indefiniter oder unbestimmte Artikel und Negationsartikel. In this lesson, we'll be doing bestimmte Artikel im Nominativ. So let's look at some sentences. Der Mann ist glücklich. In this sentence, Mann ist Nominativ Subjekt and a Nomen. And if you look carefully, it has an article. The article here is der. Similarly, the next sentence, der Apfel ist rot. Apfel ist mein Nominativ Subjekt, which is a noun, and the article is der. The article der is masculine. Let's come to the next article. Die Frau trinkt Wein. Here my article is die. Die Katze ist freundlich. Here my article is again die. The article die ist feminine. The next one is das Baby ist süß. Here you can notice that baby is my nominative subject and the article for it is das. Similarly, in the next sentence, das Haus ist groß. The noun in the sentence is Haus and the article is das. Das is the article for neutral. I'm sure you already noticed that some of the nouns here in these examples are either persons or things. Irrespective of that, all of them have an article. So there are basically three articles: der, die, das. Let's look at the plural article. Die Kinder spielen. Similarly, the next sentence, die Bücher sind bunt. As you can see, the article for plural is the same as that for feminine, die. Bestimmte Artikel im Nominativ. Let's look at this table to understand this better. As we just discussed, there is an article for singular and there is an article for plural. The article for masculine is der, for feminine die, and for neutrum das. The article in plural does not depend on the gender. It's always die. That means der Mann, die Männer, die Frau, die Frauen, das Baby, die Babys. As you can see, the article for plural is always die. A simple way to learn these articles is by just writing R for der, E for die, and S for das. Well, as mentioned, all nouns have an article, and the only way out is to always learn these articles. The best would be, whenever you learn a new word, to learn the article with it. In the next chapters, we'll be doing the other kinds of articles, so stay tuned. Danke! Thanks for watching my video. If you like this video, do give me a thumbs up and do share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Tschüss! Auf Wiedersehen!